Okay, well here we are out on the course again, and this time we're answering a question for Les Green. Les, thanks for your question. Asked me about hole 16, how to play it, how to get the best results, and certainly that shot into the green, which a lot of people find really quite tricky. So the first thing I do, I'm playing hole 15, and when I got off the green and I'm walking to the 16th tee, what's the first and most important thing I do every time I play it? I have a look up the hole. Where's the flag? Right, let's have a look. No flag in the green today, but wherever that flag is, it's going to make a big difference to the way you're going to play this hole. Let's go down there and I'll show you why. Okay, so here we are. We're right on the back tee at the moment. I'm going to show you how to play the hole, and I'm going to show you how to play the hole from every single tee, and that's the important thing, so that you all know, because from competitions, white blocks, friendly golf, play off the yellows, you need to know exactly what you're doing on this hole. Most common mistake is to hit the ball too far. From the middle bunker to the middle of the green, you've only got about 110 yards, so that's nothing. And it's a shot that you can play easily with something nice and lofted, and that's going to get you up to the green. So the first thing I'm going to do off the back tee is get my distances right, and I'm going to laser that middle bunker. And that's right, 190, that gets me to the face. So 200-yard shot, that clears that bunker for me. And I'm only going to play that 200-yard carry shot if the flag is on the back of the green and I'm in the mood, because remember, you've also got to gauge how you're playing on the day. Lots of you will be considering the out of bounds on the right hand side, which is something that you don't want to do, and that tends us to make us go more left, and that is where the problems will start. So a shot played 200 yards, but to the left-hand side of the bunker, will run down into the rough, onto the slope, and possibly even into the trees. So my option, when the flag is on the front of the green, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to lay up short of that middle bunker. And for me, 190 to the face, let's take off 15 yards at least. So 175, that kind of thing, 175, 180, no more than that. 6-iron for me maybe, and I'm going to get myself short of there. If I want to be even safer, I'll take a 7-iron. That's going to get me up in front of that bunker. So what happens if I want to hit the longer shot from the back? Well, that's okay, but teeing up on the right hand side of the tee, no good. That gets me down the left hand side with too much club in my hand, and that's going to cause problems as well. So I'm going to bring myself all the way over to the right hand side of the tee, and now that's opened it up for me, and I've got a much better line, because my line here now is right of the fairway bunker, not left, right. And you have to be brave in that situation. It's a small gap, but you're carrying the ball 200 yards, and you need to be carrying the ball to the right of that bunker, and if you do, you're in a safe place and you've got a fantastic line into the green. Now let's go and have a look and see from the yellow tee and see if the strategy from there is any different. Okay, so we're on the yellow tee, 261 yards to the middle of the green, and it's a completely different kettle of fish. But don't think for a second that makes this hole any easier. Literally from this tee, you've got to make exactly the same decisions as you made from the back. If you're going to go to the left of the bunker, you can't go too far. If you want to go further, you're going to go to the right of the bunker, and that again is a tighter shot to play. Let's have a look at the fairway from here and show you what you've got to deal with. Okay, there we have it, and now you can see what I'm talking about. Long shot right of the bunker, short shot, and that's going to be left of the bunker. But remember now, from this particular position, it's even shorter to the bunker. Let's have a little look and see how far it is. It's only 157 yards to the front face of the bunker. So if I take off 10 yards at least, that's 147, 145. Come down a couple, make sure that you're safe. But even that shot only needs landing really 140 yards. So ask yourself the question, can you hit a shot 140 yards on the fairway, which is then going to leave you 110 yards to the middle of the green? That's a pretty easy way to play the hole, don't you think? But the problem is, if you stand on this hole with too much club and hit it left of the bunker, it'll run down into those trees, and that will cause absolute chaos for the next shot. So if you're going to go long, it has to be right of the bunker. Okay, we'll have a look now from the ladies' tee. Is it any different from there? Let's have a look. Okay, so here we are. We're on the ladies' tee now. Let's have a look at the yardage. 245 yards. But again, a different angle. So that's the most important thing to consider from this tee. It's a different angle to the fairway. And that means that going left of the bunker is a little bit more accessible and you can get a little bit further up the fairway. But be careful. Anything too far left, remember, runs down the camber. You're going to end up in the trees, etc., etc. So again, I don't think you need to hit the ball a long way. And if you hit a club, which is either just short of the bunker or just past the bunker on the left, that's more than enough. Let's have a look in the yardage. Same again, 142, so not really far. By the time I come off 10, 135 yards is enough. And that's going to leave you a shot that you can elevate up onto that green, so it's not far. You'll notice here as well how easy it is for me to lay this hole out with a laser. It takes me seconds. All I need to do is to line the laser up, press the button, tells me the yardages, and when I get down there, I know exactly how far not to hit it to get into one of those hazards. And in the process of doing that, what I'm actually doing is I'm making the hole, the fairway, so much bigger because I'm not getting myself involved with the hazards. If I take that middle bunker out of play, the fairway's 70 yards wide. So that should be a factor when you're standing on the tee and you're learning how to play this hole in a much, much better fashion. Okay, so we're going to presume now that you've all hit the perfect shots from whichever tee that you're playing from. Let's go back up the fairway now and we'll have a look at the shot into the green. Well, if you've played the hole conservatively and you hit a good tee shot, the right yardage, about 190 yards, no more, 180 even, you're in a perfect position. And all I'm going to do now simply is laser that front bunker. Let's have a look. And the face of that bunker is 93 yards. So if we said a safe carry is 95, and then you've got the whole of the green that the ball can run up. Now clearly if the pin is on the front, you're going to need to hit something higher. But if the pin's on the back, I would always opt for taking something that's going to go a little bit lower. And when it lands on that front tier, it may run up a little bit and that'll stop it from hitting that bank and coming back. But don't forget, even if you are hitting a higher shot, you can always use that backstop. So if we laser the backstop, and I can just about see that from where I am now, we're going to laser that backstop just to get that yardage right up on top of that hill, and it's 114 yards. So in effect, I can pitch this ball 114 yards with a high shot. It's going to land on that bank in the Mackenzie in the middle of the green, and then it's going to run back down towards the pin. Very, very cunning. For shots to the back of the green, remember, I may have driven my tee shot into a different place. But if you're here, make sure you club up. This hole plays directly into the prevailing wind from the southwest, and down here, because you're low down, you're not really going to feel what that wind's doing to affect the ball, and that's why lots and lots of shots come back towards you and end up on the bottom tier. So check the wind, see what it's doing. Remember that the prevailing southwesterly blows directly into this second shot, and that will catch you out. Now let's go and have a look and see where we would have been if we'd have gone for that longer shot and been on the right hand side. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you there now and I'll show you exactly where I mean. So we're going to turn the camera around. There's the hole again out front. Let's move across so we get past to the right of the bunker. Now this is a pretty accurate shot that you've got to hit, but for those of you who are going to take this shot on, I really think that you've probably got the skills to take that job on and hit that shot. So here we are, anywhere up this track, use the right hand rough if you want, and the ball's going to end up in this area here where it's really, really much closer to the green. Okay, so the reason I've decided to take it on and hit a longer shot up here from this right hand side is because when I came off 15 I looked and the pin was on the back of the green, and from here now, because I've got lots of loft in my hand, I can hit the ball high in the air, get it to stop on the green, and hopefully give myself a decent chance for a birdie. Okay, so before we get up on the green, let's talk about Les's question, and a lot of Les's question was about this shot into the green. Ball's always above your feet, you're on an upslope, very easy to pull the ball. Well, in our pitching lesson of yesterday, We talked about the fact that you must turn your shoulders to 90 degrees. This is a big deal. Often this isn't a full shot, so you must turn your shoulders to 90 degrees. And remember, because you're on an upslope and the ball is above your feet, you're always going to tend to hit the ball a little bit more right to left, so aim a little bit to the right. But you must feel that your hips are turning through the shot much more than before. Weight up onto the left side, because remember, it's really easy to hang back on that side, on the right side. And the reason why, of course, is because you're in a situation where the slope is not allowing you to turn through the ball properly. So we hang back on the right, the club passes the body, face closes, pull over mid-wicket, and you're down the hill, down the 17th fairway, and in big trouble with the next one. So hope that's clear. Remember, aim a little bit to the right. It's going to draw a little bit with the ball above your feet. But remember, because you're on an upslope, you must turn your weight through that side to make sure that you get a clean contact and that you don't pull it round to the left. Well, it's a huge green behind me, and it just shows you how much room you've actually got to play with if you want to run your ball up to a back pin position, or pitch it in the middle there and stop it on that slope. If you do come down the bottom and the pin's on the back, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to hit a really good putt with lots of pace to get up that hill and end up in a good position. Hope you've enjoyed the description of hole 16. Thanks for your question, Les. We're going to see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching.